we're really doing this right now? Y'all are probably like, what are we doing? Because I have no idea what's going on. And you wouldn't, because I haven't said anything publicly. I can't believe I'm filming this video. It looks like I'm about to film some sad ass, dramatic ass, fake ass apology video. That's definitely not what I'm doing. I just I moved. So in that case, I just got here. It's my first day out here. Not really, but we're gonna get into that. Like, okay, context, we'll get into it. So as you can see, I'm in a slightly different room. Okay, hi, my name is Azzy, or Azzy's my nickname. My name is Azlia, and how the fuck do I, okay, so if you guys keep up with me and my channel, I did a whole apartment hunting series video back in November, December. It was December. I did a moving series very recently, very recently. It's probably less than one scroll down. You will see my 2021 empty apartment tour. So that's where things probably get even more confusing, right? Okay, so I don't want this to be a sad, dramatic, or it may be a little dramatic because I am dramatic, but I don't want this to be a sad video whatsoever because it's not. And I actually have been sad recently, and this is going to make things a lot better. So, okay, let's just get to the point because this doesn't need to be a long ass video. Long story short, I moved back home. And by back home, you may be questioning, so where are you staying? Are you living back with your family? What are you doing? Where are you going? I'm in a different apartment, but I am where I lived previously, the same city. So if you guys do not know, I am originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. I mean, not originally, but this is where I've been. This is where I've grown up since I was, I've been around this area since I was 5. Recently, I have, talked about and opened up about where I ended up living or where I ended up moving, because that was something I just wanted to keep private at first until I was a little settled in, a little more comfortable. But I did end up moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you guys are not aware, Raleigh, it depends on where you're driving from. Oh yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar with the area or you just don't know, Raleigh, depending on where you're going from, it's anywhere from 2.5, 3 hours away from where I live currently. From my family, it's a solid 3 hours away. So that's not, too far, right? You wouldn't think. When I tell you Charlotte, North Carolina, it is a beautiful city. There is so much to do there. The people are absolutely amazing. I don't know how so many amazing people live in one area, but they most definitely do in Charlotte. It's so gorgeous. It's very well developed. People everywhere. It's just a great time. It's a beautiful city. Charlotte, North Carolina, even though it's not super far, it feels like I am in a it felt like I was in a completely different state. It felt like I was very far away. It was so different, which came with its pros and cons. The pros is, pretty much everything I just mentioned. The cons was that I felt so damn far away. I felt even further than I actually did live from my family and all of my loved ones that live here in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is where my roots are. This is the area I'm comfortable with. This is where I've grown up. This is where all my friends are. This video is going to be all over the place, but I'm just going to explain everything that I'm feeling and kind of just go from there. And, we could just take it how we want. But moral of the story, I felt extremely isolated, extremely far, quite sad. Regardless of having so many things to do, the people being great, the area being amazing, I still felt isolated. Being so far away in an apartment, on my own, it honestly felt really cold, kind of sad. I hated feeling like, I almost felt like, I don't want to say a burden, but I felt like, I was kind of a speed bump in the road, when it came in between my family. And even though they never made me feel that way, they had never said anything, obviously if I lived closer to them, they would be very excited, but they never once made me feel like, you know, you're just way too far away. If you look through my videos, I was only in that apartment for a solid, what, month and a half. It did not take long for me to really feel like, damn, like I am far away. I feel safe, but I don't feel comfortable here. Feel extremely isolated, alone. And you guys know I'm one to love being by myself. I love, you know, being able to do things independently, make my own decisions, get shit done by myself. So for me to be feeling that way is saying a lot, because I never feel that way. Can I, you know, start fresh and make all new friends in Charlotte and, you know, just kind of create a new little community around me there? Yes. Is it going to be the same? Absolutely not. And, you know, regardless, my family, I'm a very family-oriented person. I always have been. I grew up very close to my siblings. It's just always been like that. We were all raised to just be really close. So, you know, even when I was here, even though we didn't hang out every single day, not as frequently as we did whenever I still lived with them and we were feet apart, but I was still close, and they always, you know, had access to me, always were able to hang out with me if they wanted. But being in Charlotte, I mean, even to see my little sister, either I'm driving 6 hours total, or, you know, one of my parents is driving 6 hours total, just for me to see my little sister. And that was definitely affecting me because she is still so young. My little sister just turned 12, and I hate the fact that, you know, I'm not, you know, I can drive 6 hours total to go to all of, you know, my family's events. Not events, but, you know, for example, little get together for my grandma's birthday I missed, Easter dinner I missed, just little things like that. But I honestly just felt really isolated, and I thought that Charlotte, you know, this new big city, I would say it's, you know, one of the best areas you can live in North Carolina. So well developed, so much to do. I thought that was what I wanted. I thought that was what was really going to elevate me, I guess you could say. But I honestly felt really down. I was starting to get, it really started to creep up on me because, you know, at first I was definitely feeling like I was further, but I was like, you know, like the drive isn't that bad. But it did get to the point where it was really affecting me, to where I went to IKEA because Charlotte has the only IKEA in North Carolina. I go in, you know, I'm chilling. I get back in the car and I just start breaking down in tears. I get super upset, and I'm not even one to really cry like that. Not frequently do I feel really broken down like that. And, you know, I was just texting family, really close friends, just saying, I can't be here. I can't stay here. If I could just break my lease and go back home right now, I would, because I feel so alone and sad here. So, you know, whenever I reached out to friends and family about that, I got pretty similar responses from everybody, but I did get some mixed responses, you know, because this was the first time I really brought it up. It was a surprise to everyone I brought it up to, because, you know, I was so excited about this. I've been hyping it up for months. You know, this is where I wanted to be. So for me to just kind of randomly say, you know, a month later, I'm not feeling this, I'm not, like, I don't feel happy. It was probably very, you know, felt very random and kind of caught people off guard. The love and support I had around me during this time, it meant a lot to me. Really helped me out and kind of allowed me to sort out my thoughts. I really did not think I was gonna be able to break my lease whatsoever, because the whole point of a lease is kind of a promise. You know, once it's written down on paper, you sign your name on that paper, you're locked in. So obviously, you know, you see where I am now, I was able to do that. Did I kind of have to, I wouldn't say I had to deal with the consequences, but I did have to pay fees to get out of my lease. So no, I did not just randomly up and leave. I did go through the process of what breaking a lease looks like. I did follow all those steps. You know, I have no ties to that complex anymore. So I was back and forth about how I was feeling for weeks, and it was really starting to stress me out, because never once in my life have I felt so alone, isolated, and just kind of lost. Didn't really know where to go. Didn't feel like I was able to, you know, kind of put my roots into anything. I had not felt like I was at home. I didn't feel like I had been in a home, felt like home, you know, in almost 2 months. Because, you know, even the transition from moving to one place to another, you kind of have that weird, awkward phase, you know? So it was feeling really weird. I didn't feel stable. And I just did not like how that felt. It's okay to feel those things, but normally if I feel that way, I'm going to find out, like, try to figure out how I cannot feel that way. But whenever you're feeling emotions that you're not really familiar with, you don't know where to go. You don't really know what to do in order to not feel that way anymore. So whenever I first brought up the idea, I did not think I was actually going to be able to do anything about it. You know, my first response was, I was so back and forth between, you know, somebody's doing something over there, but you know, you may be thinking, okay girl, like, yeah, you feel this way, but it's only a year. You know, it's a year, it's not that long. Just deal with it. And yeah, that is a good point. That could be a possibility. But if I don't have to be in that situation, then I'm not gonna be in it. My thing is, yeah, it's only a year and it's not that long, but a year it's a pretty long time. Even though time has been flying so fast recently and I can't even keep up, a year is a long time. I am 19 years old. This is my last year being a teenager, which is really hitting me, and it's very scary. I can't believe when I was younger I ever for a second was excited to grow up, because like, this is my last year being a teenager.
I'm literally 19. I'm a teenager making decisions that I would have never seen myself doing years ago, and I feel like sometimes it's easy to get caught up in that. I have my whole life to be uncomfortable. I have my whole life to not, you know, be close to family, even though I think I always will be, even if we're no longer in this state. I have my whole life to do that, so I don't feel the rush to be uncomfortable and make these big ass decisions. Even though, I mean, I feel like it was a big decision to put a foot down and break this lease, because, I mean, I'm not 100% proud of it. It's kind of embarrassing that I couldn't even last that long. But I have my whole life to make big ass decisions like that and be far.
I didn't want to spend the last year, like this last year of my life, you know, being a teenager. I don't know why I'm about to cry, but you know, just being a teenager, still very young, where I didn't feel comfortable if I don't have to. This is so stupid. I'm literally gonna go back and laugh at this later because I don't know why I'm crying. Try to not be dramatic. So I did what I had to do to get out of that situation. I was very back and forth about it. I was trying to convince myself, you know, it's okay, but I didn't only look at the circumstances. I looked at, you know, my emotions and how I was feeling, because my happiness is always going to come first, you know, along with family and friends. But you know, my happiness is prioritized in my life. And I'm not saying I couldn't be happy there, but I would not feel complete. And that is a feeling that you feel physically. I literally feel it in my lower stomach. It's really weird. I just felt kind of empty, very lost, and I mean, my last couple of videos, I knew I was making this decision already, but you probably wouldn't be able to tell. So, yeah. I could just tell I was stressed out. I can, personally, when I get stressed out, I can see it in my skin. I can tell by the way I feel. I just feel really drained. It was such a weird feeling. I don't even know how to explain it because it's not like something I felt specifically in a part of my body other than my stomach. It's very weird. I never felt like that before. So I did obviously, you know, end up reaching out to my resident manager, told her how I was feeling, and, you know, she completely understood. That's when I found out it was possible for me to break it, and as soon as I heard that, like, I got so excited. And, you know, if that's somewhere I really wanted to be and that felt right, I should not be getting excited about that. So that said a lot. So yeah, I ended up going through with it. I, you know, paid the fees, signed multiple different papers, and then the last paper I signed was what gave me pretty much 60 days to get out. So I wasted no time. I did not plan on being in there for 2 months after signing that paper. Not long after, I came back to Raleigh, and I had scheduled 4 apartment tours in advance before I even was back in the city. I looked at 4 apartments recently. It's so crazy because I had 4 tours scheduled. The one that I had planned, or not planned to not like, but I thought it was gonna be my least favorite. Ended up being my absolute favorite, which is where I am now. And then the one I was most excited about was my least, or like my second to least favorite, but I didn't really like, it just didn't click with me. So yeah, I don't even want this to be some type of sad ass video. I mean, I document a lot of my life, and you know, a lot of the time things just look like they're going perfect and I know exactly what I'm doing. Maybe I don't. I never claimed to. Like, I do document a lot of my life, and even, you know, when things don't go exactly as planned, I'm still going to share it with you. And you know, this is where I'm at. I've already made the decision, and it's a decision that both of my family and friends are happy for me, you know, my friends and family are happy for me, and that's solely what matters. You know, this decision has already been made. I never said anything publicly because I didn't plan on saying anything publicly until I was sitting in this place. And that's not because I wanted to keep it a secret, but I don't like to put things out there if they're not final or they're kind of back and forth, because I just don't want to confuse you guys, even though this video is probably very confusing. But I just wanted to make this video because this is where we're staying. New crib. I absolutely love it. I did not get to say that yet. It feels so good to be back. I was really hoping, you know, because obviously I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision for me. And you know, as soon as I got here officially, knowing I wasn't gonna be driving 3 hours back, you know, being with all my family because my parents, you know, my siblings helped me, you know, get all the boxes, put them in the moving truck, drive down here, you know, bring them all up. I had my family help me with that, and being back here just feels like a warm welcome back hug, not only from this area itself, but my friends, my family, because they already know I told my friends, I'm coming back. What are we doing? It just feels so good. Yeah, the city, I will never take advantage of what I already have around me ever again. I can't promise that because I feel like that's a very natural human response, but I'm so happy to be back. It really, you know, I have been taking very big sighs of relief. As much as I love Charlotte, it's not going anywhere, but it just wasn't for me. I felt like I was on a month-long vacation. Not once did I feel home. Yeah, I didn't really get too much into decorating, but one, I don't really think that materialistic items, for example, a couch and a TV stand, was gonna make me feel at home because I'm still there. And two, I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay there or not. That's why I didn't even get to decorating my bedroom yet. I've had the boxes sitting in my bedroom for weeks, but I did, you know, bring all that here. So my, you know, moving content kind of got put on a pause, a little halt. If you guys were able to tell, I just kind of started posting other content, but I wasn't done. I just didn't know if I was gonna do it here or do it there or in Raleigh. But we're here now. I want to give you guys a tour, but I'm not going to yet because that's another video that I'll be filming tomorrow. I was kind of hesitant to do a tour because the last thing I want to do is glorify breaking a lease and just kind of picking up and going, but that's real. That is what I ended up doing. Whether it's, you know, this was a decision that I needed to make and I feel good about, and I mean, I'm not going anywhere. So, but yeah guys, I want to show you guys what everything looks like so bad. Excited to bring you guys on a little tour, but that's something we'll do in my next video. But for now, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sure as soon as I turn off this camera, there's going to be so much I wish I would have said, but I feel like I said enough, and the people that genuinely, you know, want to see me happy will understand. And if you don't, that's okay too, but we're still, this is what we do. You know, I did what's best for me, and this is where I'm going to be regardless. So I feel so good. I feel so safe and comfortable, and I have no regrets. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Super chill. I finally took a shower. Y'all don't want to know what I was smelling like earlier. That's a fact. But yeah, I love you guys the most. Thank you guys so much for being there. Thank you for, you know, allowing me to not vent, but just open up. I really wanted to make this sit down video first before I just kind of throw out a random ass apartment tour that comes out of nowhere. No, it wouldn't even be fair because I took so much time to hype up my last moving experience. So for me to just kind of do this and not say shit and never explain it would be so wrong in my opinion. You know, even though I don't have to explain myself, I want to, because I want you guys to know what's going on and how I've been feeling, and it has not, you know, it hasn't been the best, but I feel great now. I feel very at peace. So yeah guys, this is our new spot. I know y'all can't see it yet. Booty cheeks out on a Monday, Sunday. This is the new place. This is my room. Let me not share details until tomorrow. All right, I love you guys a lot. Mwah, mwah, kisses. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.